The video got cut off, so we're going to go ahead and just start with chapter 6 of There's an Owl in the Shower. Okay, here we go, 4th grade. This chapter is called Barty. "What is that?" bellowed Leon Watson. "An owlet," Borden said, easing Barty onto the kitchen table. He fell out of his nest. The bird, now dry and fluffy, looked up at Leon, his huge, mysterious eyes seeking the father's dark eyes in a bearded face. "Shoot him," Leon said. "He hasn't got any spots, does he?" "No." "So he's not a spotty. He's a barred owl." "So what? Shoot him anyway." Leon was still in his pajamas, although it was nearly dinner time. Ever since he had been out of work, he had really let himself go. His hair was stringy and in need of shampooing. His beard was untrimmed. He looked like an unmade bed, but he didn't care. "What are you going to do with him?" he growled. "Feed him until he can fly, and then take him back to the mountain and let him go." "Shoot him." "No," Borden said. "He's not a spotted owl. I only shoot spotted owls." He stood silently, looking at the fearless little owlet with the large, soulful eyes. "I think," he said slowly, "that we should raise him and show the owl lovers that we don't hate all owls, we just hate spotted owls." "But we do," roared Leon, the veins in his thick neck swelling as he spoke. "Shoot him." He was not in a good mood. Last night, Captain Ryan had come to the house in extreme embarrassment and handed him a warrant for his arrest. "Am I going to jail?" Leon had asked, aghast. "No," the officer had said. "I had to give you this. You can either come before the judge and tell him your story and hope that he lowers the fine, or you can pay the $50 and just be done with it." "$50?" Leon had boomed. "I'll talk to the judge." The elfin owlet sitting on the table was a reminder of all his troubles, and Leon's ire was aroused. "Shoot him," he repeated. "No, I only shoot spotted owls," Borden said again. "This is not a spotted owl. Besides, he likes me." The bird shook his feathers, and bits of down floated into the air. He bobbed his round head up, then down, and fluttered his stubby wings, all the while looking up at Leon. "What's the matter with him?" Leon asked. "He's hungry," said Borden. "Well, what are you going to feed him?" "Chicken, I guess. He's a meat eater." "Chicken?" roared Leon. "That's too expensive. Feed him mice." "I don't have time to catch mice." "What do you mean you don't have time?" "Set mousetraps in the riverside field up at the abandoned Russell farm, and snap, you've got 40 of them." "I can't go running back and forth to the riverside field," Borden said. "I have to go to school, and I have to work at the gas station." "Well, you're not going to feed him chicken." Hamburger?" "No." The downy owlet, who had been standing on his feet all this time, sunk weakly to his heels. He fluttered his wings and opened his mouth. He called to Leon. The big cutter looked at him. "All that wing beating is some kind of bird talk," he said, distracted at last from the previous night's nightmare. "I think he's asking me to feed him." "He looks like a kid begging." Borden saw the beginning of a smile on Pop's lips. It crinkled the corners of his eyes. "Can I keep him?" he asked. "Can I, Pop?" "He's neat. I'll let him go when he can fly." One sec, guys. I just realized I have to charge this. Sorry. There we go. Okay, cool. Alright, here we go. "He's neat. I'll let him go when he can fly." The owlet blinked. "You know, Borden," Leon said, thinking aloud, "might not be a bad idea to be kind to a barred owl." He studied the little bird, who was still staring at him. "I'll tell you what. I'll catch mice for him, if you don't have the time. Maybe the judge will let me off when he hears that I've helped save a poor little owlet." You can't be all bad if you save a bird. Here's a picture of Leon looking at Barty on the table. There's this nice little picture on this page. Okay, here we go. You can't be all bad if you save a bird. He sat down and put his elbows on the table and his chin in his fists. How about it? He said, looking at the owlet. What did you call him, Borden? Barty. How about it, Barty? Want me for a mom? He chuckled. I'll tell the judge how we saved your life. He pushed back from the table and threw his shoulders back, chest out. Then, when he lets me off, I'll wring your neck. He laughed heartily and put his elbows back down on the table. The owlet saw the cave Leon had made with his arms and body, and he ran into it. It was the nearest thing he could find to a shelter in this new, cold, and angular world. Feeling secure, he bent his knees and sat down on his heels and insteps. He closed his tired eyes. Leon sat up, removing the shelter. The owlet got to his feet. Leon leaned over him again, and the owlet sat down. Seems like he wants a shelter, Leon said. There's a wooden box in the garage by 920 John Sarid, super chainsaw. Go get it, and we'll fix it up for him. When Barty was in the box with newspapers spread, Leon put him beside the kitchen stove. He placed a piece of plywood over the box to make it dark and cozy. Then he went to the garage for mousetraps. Come on, Borden, he said. We've got a few hours before dark. Let's catch some mice. This little fellow is going to die if we don't feed him, and I want to keep him until I go to court. They hiked several miles to the riverside field. It was famous for its numerous voles and mice. Paul James took his science classes there to study not only the little rodents, but the birds of prey that came to eat them. As Leon and Borden approached, 2 red-tailed hawks and 1 black-shouldered kite were circling above this predator's supermarket. A northern harrier hawk sat on the fence post. Behind him, the river gleamed red in the sunset. Borden had been there with Sally when she was taking Paul James's class, so he was able to show his father what a mouse highway was. He pointed to a groove in the grass and told Leon to set a trap there. Then he put 10 traps on the grass highway, then went back to the fence and sat down. Borden opened his soda can, took a sip, and passed it to Leon. He brushed it aside. I can't get over that Paul James hitting me in the face, he said. Did he think I was going to take that? What does he expect a man to do? Smile and turn the other cheek? Not me. Oh, Pop, just forget about it, Borden said. Pretty soon there won't be any spotted owls, and then you can log again. How do you know? Judge Kramer told me so. He said they need big trees, lots of them. But we left lots of big trees for them, just like the government told us to do. Judge Kramer said the big trees that got left are too far apart. He said the owls can't hear each other, and if they can't hear each other, they can't find each other, and if they can't find each other, they can't mate, and if they can't mate, no more owls. So, all we have to do is wait. That irks me, said Leon. We were told we were leaving plenty of big trees for the owls. He fell silent, leaned against the fence post, and watched the swallows dip gracefully over the river. An hour later, they had 2 mice.